Sa nalalapit na unang isang daang araw ng pag-upo ni Pangulong Duterte, ipinahayag ng business community na pasado sa kanilang estilo ng pamamalakad ng Pangulo sa ekonomiya ng bansa. Nagsisimulan na rin umanong makita ng Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry ay sinasaad na 10-point agenda ng Duterte administration. A detalye mula kay Rocky Ignacio.
Pasado sa business community ang pamumuno ni Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte sa pagsapit ng ika-isandang araw nito sa pamunuan. Sa press briefing sa Malacanang, sinabi ni George Barcelon, Pangulo ng Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry o PCCI, nagsisimula na nilang makita ang isinasaad ng 10-point agenda ng Duterte administration. Kabilang na dito ang malakas sa SMEs at ang pagpapatuloy ng mga infrastruktura.
So, we're beginning to see some improvements along this line. But like I said earlier, we are very positive about what we're seeing. What I can say is that people are concerned with some of the statements that they hear from the president. But what's more important is for a president who loves the country and his people, we firmly believe that he will do the right thing. We just have to give them time.
Kinilara rin ng mga ito ang maigting na pagkilos para sa pagtiyak sa peace and order na kaakibat ng malakas na ekonomiya.
And of course, foremost naman alam natin, ang pangako ni President was the issue, the very important issue on drug and crimes. And on that aspect, we're very happy that he delivered. Although, ang request ni President is to have it extended by another 6 months. And I think that's reasonable because of the gravity of this issue.
Itinuring din ng mga ito na ang pagpapalakas ng alyansa sa China at Russia na pagbibigay opsyon para sa dagdag trabaho at oportunidad. Samantala, iginiit ni Donald D., Chairman Emeritus ng Employers Confederation of the Philippines o ECOP, na dapat mawakasan ang pag-iral ng end of contract o ENDO. Ayon sa kanya, dapat pairali na isinasaad ng Labor Code. Nagkaroon din anya ng pagbabantay sa kanilang hanay para mawakasan ito.
We fully support the eradication of ENDO. What I've said publicly, which some of the functionaries in the Department of Labor are not happy about, is I'm saying, we told the Department of Labor, we must be very clear on how we'll do the transition. And to me, it's so simple. Just say that we will implement the Labor Code. And Article 108, 106 to 109 is very clear. It defines various kind of employment. Yun lang ang sabihin nila na we will implement the labor code and we will implement it strictly, not with one eye closed.
Samantala, tiwala pa rin ng business community na matatamo ng Duterte administration ang maipagkaloob sa mga Pilipino ang drug-free Philippines, pati na ang disenteng pamumuhay.
Sa lungsod ng Manila. Samantala po, nagbabala naman ang Manila Police laban sa isang grupo na...
Ever since our problem here are motorcycle riding criminals. They have been rampant to the point that there are reported incidents of at least once or thrice a week.
May electrical wire na nakatali sa kanyang leg na ang pagmuestra ng plano pananakal sa biktima.
Sa CCTV, kitang sumugod si Kagawad Cruz bitbit ang baril sa tapat ng bahay ni
Sa mga suspect ang pinto. Ilan sa mga ito nag-umpisa na maghanap ng pera.
Babaeng stop sa loob ng kwarto.
Sa katuluyang buo pa ang isang sakay. Nilapitan niya ang babae at saka sa pilitang inagaw ang kanyang cellphone.
CCTV, ang panamba sa isang lalaki sa Pasay. Pero hirap matukoy ang suspect lalo lang po ang pamilya ng biktima sa motibo sa krimen.
Hanggang sa hindi na bato kundi pillbox ang
rin ang kislap ng pangalawang pagsabog ng bill. Bakit tinatayo pa ang mga itinumbang railing nang biglang rumesbak muli ang unang grupo?
Dati, ang mga kriminal parang wala na talagang kinakatakutan. Paulit-ulit sa paggawa ng krimen at yung parusa o multa na sa kanilang gagawin ay hindi nila alintana yon. Wala silang takot gumawa ng krimen.
Average daily crime bulyo has gone down nationwide, has gone down to 49%, almost 50%.
A few years back, we were able to identify our suspects, our motorcycle riding criminal suspects, and most of them were identified into drugs.
Ang droga ay napakasama talaga dahil dito sa aming barangay. 80% or more than 80% ng mga krimen na nangyayari dito ay drug-related. Lahat ng mga involved sa krimen ay nasa impluensya na pinagbabawal na gamot.
It's unsafe, actually. I was already a victim of those things. I was wrongfully accused inside the bus for stealing someone's phone.
Before kasi I've experienced na yung mahol na.
Close to 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Why are you still walking?
I'm just gonna visit my friend in Moose.
So you're not afraid of walking?
Not really. I just live nearby. In a way, I'm kind of safe. I don't know. I'm always worried.
Where in time would you rather live? Before Duterte or Duterte?
I think Duterte.
I feel safer nowadays.
Mas secure siya kasi feel ko, since ngayon gabing-gabi na, sa mga ganitong lugar, safe naman po.
Kasi yung mga balita ngayon, hindi naman yung tungkol sa may namatay na dalaga or may na-hold up. Usually, mga namatay drug pusher. Oo. So far naman, yung crime talagang bumaba.
Presidents keep on asking me, do we feel safer now? And I said, yes. It's only been a few months when our president came into office. We are close to zero in terms of motorcycle riding incidents. We are zero in Akit Bahay. And we have an isolated number of petty crimes like pickpockets in the Timog area or in the perimeter. So it was a very dramatic decline in criminality.
Dati yun. Pero ngayon sa pamumuno ng presidente natin, isinasantabi natin ang politika. Sino ba naman ang hindi susuporta sa isang pangulo na yung kanyang dedikasyon at sa ilang maikling panahon na panunungkulan niya ay napakarami niya nang nagawa na hindi nagawa ng mga napakaraming administrasyon na nagdaan.
It is much easier now because the relationship of the police and the local community is far much better now, considering that the directive comes from the president.
Magkaisa, sama-sama, at ako naniniwala with the leadership ng ating presidente ay magtatagumpay tayo dito, magtatagumpay.
I order the National Police Commission to hasten the conduct of investigation and adjudication.
Definitely, it will be the community. It will be the Filipinos who would benefit from this. This is just phenomenal. Nobody expected thousands to surrender on their own. And maybe people are really up for change. And that is one effect that we can only see in 1 in a million.
To whom or to what do you do this effect?
Not only the people, but, I think you will base it on the leadership. Maybe you can call it the Duterte effect.
We will not stop until the last drug lord, the last financier, and the last pusher have surrendered or put behind bars or below the ground if they so wish.